Welcome to the Trails Committee meeting, October 2nd. I'm calling the meeting together to order at 7:33. Let me know that you're here with a roll call vote. Tom McCoolier,
Here.
Will Warren,
Here.
Kat McKee here. Okay, so we're going to go over the minutes that were circulated earlier. I'll bring them up and share my screen.
Are you going to bring up the oldest one first?
Yeah, I'll start with 8:28. So it's 8:28, 9:15, and 9:25.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, are you seeing the 8:28 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to make it a little larger. Let me know that you can see it and the size is right.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Will, does that work for you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to start with first page.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
Actually, I'm going to read it on my own monitor. Not that I'm not facing you, but it's I can read it
Yeah,
on my mind.
I'm doing the same thing. So
Okay.
I'm looking at something else. It looks like I'm on the video looking at something else, but that's what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Well, let me know when we're good.
We're good.
Okay, this is the last page. Okay.
I move that we accept. Oh, do you want to do them all at once, or?
Yeah, let's do them all at once.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that was 8:28. So now we have 9:15.
You can scroll a little bit. I mean, I'm looking at mine, but I'm going down.
Okay, I'm going to scroll, Will.
Yep.
Yeah, that one was a quick one.
Okay, I'm going to scroll down, Will.
Yep.
I am good.
Will, how are you?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. And we have September 5th, 25th. Okay. Will, good.
Still reading.
Thank you.
I like how he calls it a work party. I guess his definition of party and my definition of party are two different parties.
Yeah, you know it. How are we doing, Will?
Fine. Still reading.
The only thing on section 3, the second bullet, the kiosk is not next to the road. I guess clarification. It's next to the handicap parking. I thought we agreed on that.
Yeah, we did, and I think it's just the way he wrote it. So kiosk
Okay.
installed near Route
I know what he meant and
near
stuff like
the
that. I
near
don't
the
I
new.
don't want to be picky about it, but
No, it's good to be specific near the parking, the new parking
yes.
area
The new
of
parking lot. Yeah,
off of
that's perfect.
Route 30 and Central Street. Okay,
Yep.
I'll capitalize this.
Are we really gonna schedule the next meeting for Thursday, September 4th?
Where are we? Are you looking at something personally on your, I was just sharing screen, so
Yeah, well, I'm,
where are you? Just help orient me.
At number
no, I'm sorry, wrong one. Okay, fine.
So were you questioning this bullet on 10.4, you mean?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're all good here?
Yeah,
Great, so we have some amendment. Does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from
8:28,
8:28,
9:15.
9:15, and 9:25 with the 9:25 as amended in the meeting.
Thank you. Do we have someone to second it?
I'll second it.
Thank you. And all in favor? Tom McCoolier,
Aye.
Will Warren,
I'm,
and Kami Key. Yes. Great. Let me just save this last one that we modified. Thank you. Okay. Great. Let me stop sharing, please. Okay, great. Okay, so next up,
Actually, I'm just bringing up the agenda now. QRS. I hate how they do the alphabetical. Everything's Southborough, S.
you mean under the boards and committees list?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of,
it'd be Trails, T.
I agree. Okay, so we did the minutes, which I see is not listed here. Okay, so let's talk about number 3, the phase 2 quickly.
Yep.
I spoke with Melanie from town to discuss the timeline, and so I'll be submitting to her the documentation. I think that she had already imported the contract piece of the document that she had referenced before. So given the timeline is about 4 weeks, so we should expect that it's going to go through some advertising. She will be responsible for submitting it and combis and the locations that it needs to be posted, the newspaper ad, and those types of things. The committee will need to pay for the cost of the ad. It's $100 or more or whatever. And so that process we've gone through before, but Melanie will be handling it. The question on the table was whether how much Beals would be helping us other than putting together the package. Now, we had written into the contract that they would also help us with an on-site visit if we had our contractors come out. So we'll expect that. So I'm going to get the documentation to Melanie this week or by tomorrow. And she'll start the process, but it will be running, at the same time as special town meeting. So it may get, it's going to get prioritized accordingly, but hopefully we'll go to bid by early November, and we'll have a bid selection by the end of the year.
so when you say running concurrently with the special town meeting, does that mean it will be at the same time or just during that week?
Just that the 2 processes will be happening at the same time. That's
Okay.
all. Nothing
Yes.
related to
Yeah.
town meeting, other than she's working on both topics, both
Okay.
events.
When's the end date for the bids? I forgot.
It's going to be dependent upon when we submit.
Okay, it's 4
So-
weeks from submit.
Well, no, I think it's 2 different questions. The 4-week timeline is basically for us to get the advertising in order and do all the preliminary stuff front. Then it opens, and I think they generally give like 30 days. We'll have to ask. and make sure that that timeline, if you remember from last time, I think it was roughly 30
Mhm.
days. But with the holiday being Thanksgiving in that time frame, we want to just be, sensitive to that we're giving enough time for people to provide a thoughtful bid.
So we won't get them back until,
December.
yeah, I was gonna say the first week of December. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah. So, the thing is too that we won't have a choice. It's based on lowest bidder. So that's just the way
Is
the
it truly that the lowest bidder no matter what, or I thought that we had discretion?
No, there's not much discretion here unless, I mean, I think if you can prove it wasn't a responsive bid in some way.
Oh.
Um, and I don't know if there's any other loopholes necessarily,
Yeah,
if there's a reputational issue or something, or if you can prove something, I'm not sure.
right.
I think
How,
you may be able to appeal in some way, but
Yeah, but thinking about it, we have the material, we have the plans, we just need
able
skilled
bodies.
laborers. Yeah.
but how long will we have to assess whether or not it's responsive bid?
I think it's up to us. And then, so the way it worked last time, Will, was there was a bid open date. So if you remember, Tom, I think you and I were there and
Question
at
and
a,
answer day.
yeah, it was a specific time of day. It was like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And we all gathered in anticipation with no bids to open because they were sent directly to the town hall in paper form.
Mm. It
So
was a letdown.
yeah, it was a letdown, but I think we used that time wisely because we stamped and addressed a butter letters for another
Yeah,
section.
I know, I know.
Well,
Uh,
but
yeah,
back to my question, which was how long will we have to assess the bids and determine if the winner has been responsive?
it's based on price, Will.
No,
So
no, no. Well, yes, it's
you
based
can
on
look at the
price.
numbers and we can tell that day.
No, what Will's saying is we want to make sure we review the bids to make sure it is accurate with the
Yeah.
price they gave. I think what you're saying, Will?
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what the
mean,
timeline is. It's going to be pretty quick in turnaround, you know.
if we don't believe that they can meet that price, right?
Yeah. Then we'll have to,
That's a bigger thing. That's
yeah,
like
we'll
county
have to
bidding.
address it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
public
So,
safety, if they bid in 10
yeah.
million and it actually cost them 12 million, who's on the hook for that 2 million?
Yeah, there may be I'm sure there's protocols in place. You need to
Yeah.
be responsive after your bid open date. You need to decide by, or there's some reasonable time frame in there, Will. I don't know the details yet, but we'll move at a swift clip.
But what it sounds like is that as soon as they have been determined to have submitted the lowest price bid, they automatically have won the bid, and there's no additional review there.
Well, I would
Well,
say
I mean,
yes.
we have obviously have to review the documentation they sent because
Okay, so that's my question then. When will we review the documentation? And it sounds like if we find that the documentation is not sufficient, that we can refuse their bid.
Hmm.
if we
Yeah.
declare unresponsive.
Okay, so then back to my original question, how long will
No
we
clue,
have?
no clue, Will. I'm sorry it wasn't clear when I said I didn't know the first time. No clue. We have no clue at how long it's going to take us. We're going to try to look at the bids and see. I don't know, Will. How am I supposed to know how long it's going to take us? We're going to try to do
No,
it
how
within a
long will
quick
we
time
have to
frame.
schedule to
3 days.
do that? 3 days, that's all we get? Okay, that's good to
I
know.
don't know. I'm making that up because you need a number. I don't know what the number is. I shared. I don't know what the time frame is. We'll ask that really good question and we'll get a really good answer.
All right, then let me ask you, I'm just thinking that this is something that it's not related to the person who's got the lowest bid. It's just, how long are we scheduling to review the bid before we say, yes, you won?
I think just do it, but say like a potential timeline. I'm just
I'd
gonna,
like to get it done
I'm
in
just
a
gonna
week.
say the bids are due by Friday, end of business day, and I'm gonna make up this date. It's December 1st.
Right. And then December 8th,
We'll be
yeah,
given the documents
okay.
and then it'll be discussed at our next meeting. So you'll have time to digest them, to read them, to ask questions and we get to deliberate them on our next meeting. If we have more questions back to one, two, or all the bidders, we can contact them. So we will have time to review the
Okay,
document prior
that's good.
to our meeting. We won't be doing it like let's all read the document together tonight type of thing.
Right. Right.
Like we just did. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
That
that's what we
took
did. That's what
5.
we did last time. We had time to read them
Yeah.
all, digest them, and
Okay,
then
Well,
we
we didn't
discussed
have
them.
any last time, right?
I
So,
know, I know,
but to answer more questions is we're gonna put a timeline. We'll know when the bid open date is. We'll go ahead and schedule our meeting ahead of time. So I think a
okay,
few days was all we need to kind of review the document, and then meet. So we want it to go at a pretty good clip. So if that helps you kind of
no, that's fine.
order
That's fine.
yeah,
things
we're not going
in
to
the
need
way that
2 weeks
we.
to review the documents.
As long as it's longer than 30 minutes, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
That's really a difficult comparison because it's not even close. And it took us less than 7 minutes to review the minutes. So it wasn't,
Mm.
the right frame of reference.
okay, that's fine.
Putting the
I,
two next to each other doesn't really.
I just ask a simple question. How long would we have? You've been, the answers have been given. Thank
It'll
you.
be days.
Okay, good.
Because like I said, Catherine said, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but once when we publish and when the 4 weeks are later, we can plan our next meeting with the assumption that we got all the responses by
Right.
the due date. And then we'll have, I'm making up these dates, say like December 1st, they're all due, and our next meeting is the 7th. We'll have 7 days.
Okay. We're not looking for them to begin, turning dirt over the day after
No,
we tell them.
No, they can't.
no,
They
it's
can't.
unlikely.
So, all right. So there's actually, in some respects, no reason to rush that. Okay.
Yes, there
But we
is
want
a
to put it on
reason.
their
There is,
schedule too.
yeah,
I
there's a
mean,
reason to move with purpose.
yes,
The
we want to
reason.
make sure we are on their schedule because
Okay.
they're gonna have other projects like
Yeah.
any contractor.
Okay.
Are you planning a vacation of any kind or anything we need to be aware of that you're going to be out of town?
No.
Okay.
I am going skiing in February.
Okay, you can do that. Okay. So,
Along that lines, though, I will not be able to be at the next meeting, October 7th. I'm
oh,
going to be applying for a 1-day liquor license before the select board.
Are we having a
what time
party
is
at
the
the house?
select board? Is that at like 6:30? Do you know
Well,
what time?
it may begin at 6 or 6:30, but I don't know where we will be on the agenda.
Okay, got it. Thank you for the heads up. Okay, so that's the update, and we'll get that ball rolling. And
It's getting exciting.
yeah, it's coming to like be real. I'm looking forward to to
Put this
have
behind
something
us.
to respond to. Yeah, putting this behind us in a positive way. Yeah. Okay, so next up is the signage that we want to talk about. So last week we had a good meeting and talked about placement, so we kind of have a good sense of that. I did talk to I reached out to the two people, to the Historical Society, Michael Weishin, to ask him about any reference materials, research materials they may have on Nipmuc tribe in the area. And then I also reached out to the Nipmuc Nation Tribal Council, a group of them, and asked if they had information and interest in helping get us, we want to basically discuss their inhabitants of the land before settlers, and we wanted to understand, if they had any good information to share. So we'll see what those stones turn up.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, doing a little bit of research, and we have to verify all data that we reference, but I've come up with some proposals, so this will be reading through some of the materials on screen, just so you know. Okay, so what I have here is, so I asked ChatGPT I explained what we were
Can you
doing.
make this a little bit bigger, please?
Yes. And just
Oh,
asked it
beautiful, beautiful.
to pull some information together, or whatever it could come up with. Now, again, reiterating that everything needs to be vetted, but just to kind of see what it came up with. So looking for interpretive sign to talk about the people who settled it before the settlers, who lived on the land before the settlers, and then the people impacted by the building of the dam. So we're really covering
Mhm.
the tribe. So here, for example, a short sign Can everybody see the screen? Okay, I won't read that
Mhm.
paragraph, but I'm looking at this paragraph. So this is an example of something that we could include on that sign, and we have to be, conscientious of our space. We won't wordsmith it here, but conceptually, I'm gonna let you read this and kind of start thinking about
Yeah,
how
I
we
mean,
frame it.
I think this is, like I said, this will be wordsmithed, but I do like, going back to the Native Americans, the original people. Can you scroll down a little bit? What's the longer sign?
Yeah. So I just want to make sure Will has had the moment to read the first paragraph.
Yeah,
This was done by ChatGTP.
Yep, yep.
Okay, I don't think that's acceptable. And the reason I don't
Do
think it's
not
the
get into a
reason.
philosophical debate
No,
about
I'm not getting into a
ChatGPT.
philosophical debate, but I think it
Okay.
would be very embarrassing for us to say that we use ChatGTP instead of consulting a historian who might have more
Why would you
real
say instead
expertise.
of in that sentence when I preface this by saying it's not been vetted yet and we just reached out to 2 historical resources to get the data? And I use this as a way to kind of give us an example of what it might look like. No one on this call has ever said we're going to use it straight from chat without vetting any of it, Will. We are with you. We are on the same page. We agree
Okay.
with you. We don't want to just use chat, but it helped us get an idea, and then we're working from that. We're going to
hmm
vet the information. We're going to ask the right people. Okay?
All right.
I'm sorry I didn't make it clearer. So does that mean you don't want to look at the information?
Um, well, since we don't know if this is actually accurate, I would rather see this as an email and I'll take a look at it, maybe look around myself. But when you say it's going to look like this, maybe or maybe not. This is just a real, very real rough draft.
hmm
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how it was presented.
hmm
Okay.
Okay. Um, all right, the longer sign. So yeah, so
hmm
this is an example of, so they just did a couple of iterations, right? It could be short, it could be longer. And then also whatever doesn't go on the sign can go on a website, like we talked about using our QR code.
Yep. Like I said, I see the stuff about the Nipmuc.
Yep.
The tribe should give us the blessing and and that's where our
Yeah.
source.
Yeah, and it might be that if the tribe can't respond in a timely manner, that I've seen signage where, we're looking to confirm, or, I don't want to put
hmm
anything temporary, but that we're trying to gain, consent and not consent, but collaborate and, make sure that
hmm
they're with us, that we're trying to honor their heritage, not just.
Is the Nipmuc the only tribe that inhabited this area?
It is the primary tribe that I often see referenced in Southborough history, but this is all good information to share. I mean, to confirm. But I haven't seen a lot of other tribes mentioned. I don't know if you
Well,
talked about
I think a lot of
longer
the
time.
tribes had different, I won't call them spin-offs because that's not the correct terms, but like the Algonquins, the Nipmuc, the Mohicans, the Connecticut tribes, also the ones by
Algonquins?
the Cape. But there was a primary nation, and I'm believing it's the Nipmuc, and then they had like the different, we'll call them settlements. I don't know the exact terminology. And that's why going directly to the tribe would be the best source.
Yeah, I guess, to tell you the truth, I think at this particular point, what would be more useful would be just an outline that says what kind of information do we think we should present on the sign.
And this is, I think, what I'm gonna put words in your mouth there, Catherine. But I think this is what would kind of like say, hey, we're thinking about something like this. Does this make sense and a good representation? We're thinking about, should we do a short one and just do, if you scroll back up, the short version is really just the short version. The long one's adding probably another paragraph if we can fit it onto the kiosk, give it a little bit more detail. Um, and if you scroll, continue. This is how I'm viewing it, and this is
Yeah,
just
it gives a sense of what we could talk about, what
exactly
strikes a chord with us. This is a
right.
Well,
brainstorm, and this is meant to be a work session. So
Yes.
well, but I would say that a question we should also ask these experts is, what do you think would be the most important things to impart?
of
Yes.
course that's the
Oh
question.
yeah. Oh, yeah. This is our idea. Do you like how we're thinking about
Okay,
this? Or they might
all
say,
right.
no, we want it this way. This is how we did it for other kiosks. And we're like, thank you.
Yeah.
That's how I'm just saying it personally, me.
Okay.
I'm no expert on this, and
No,
and
nobody's an
this.
expert. We're just trying to work through it. And what should we talk about? We're talking about this group of people. We're talking about the group of people whose land was taken by eminent domain. And then we're talking about the people who built the dam.
Mhm. So this is again and like you said, we organize. Correct me if I'm trying to back my memory. We organize it at our kiosk to pretty much go through the different. This is going to be the Native Americans, the original people. Then it's like what was there before the dam. So each kiosk is going to center on a theme. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, the signs, right?
Yeah, the
But
signs.
I don't,
Yes,
yeah,
not the
but
kiosk.
it,
The signs. Yes, sorry.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
going to, and that's where we're going to concentrate. This particular one is only going to be talking about the original people. And
Well,
that's
no,
what
I think we may be, I think what I was thinking about, because I don't know, because we have one sign, because we're only doing,
I thought it was 3 or 4.
yeah, we ended up, let me just pull the sign
Yeah,
up.
remember we did, yeah, here you go.
One history focus,
Yep.
2
Two
wetland,
is,
3
yep,
building,
yep,
so 3 bigger ones, right? So
yep,
3 interpretives, and then the post signs, which would be what, like 1 or 2 topics. This was East Main Street, the
yep,
school is over there. This is the bridge, right? So, but the really longer signs are the 3 of them, and we were going to include all people in one.
yep.
Oh.
Go back to that, please. Um, the sign number 1, history people focus. That's what we're kind of like talking about now, right?
Yes, correct. It would
And
go in.
then wetlands, watershed. This is talking about nature, we'll call it. In my mind, it's nature.
Yep, that's good enough.
And then the third one is the actual dam statistics, how
Yeah,
long.
engineering and stuff. And we
Yeah.
chose this location because you can kind of look at the gatehouse from here.
And
And
the
see-
single, yep, and the single post is pretty much talking about a specific thing.
Yeah, one quick topic.
Yeah, hey, there's East Main Street. Can you vision how it goes right past the preschool in downtown?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. No, this is how I
Um,
remember it.
yeah, I would, to tell you the truth, I think that one of the most important things that we can put on these signs is a reference or a guide or whatever to say, or a link or whatever to say, here's where you can get more information on this particular topic,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yep.
So, I mean, we're not on these signs, we're not going to be able to impart much information, but if we can get people interested in, searching for more, I think that would be very good. And if
Mhm.
they're walking on the trail, that might be a very good way to get them interested, right? That they're actually seeing it. And then they say, well, I would really like to know more, and not just more that can fit on this sign, but more that I can find elsewhere. And if we can get some guidance to that, that'd be great.
Yes, that's the whole long story, short story, what we were talking about, and using QR codes to
Yep.
link to websites and stuff, because the
Yep.
signs have to be kind of short. So
Okay.
thank you.
Well, not just to link to websites, but link to websites that are maintained or, have some real expertise behind them.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Do
Okay.
we have I don't remember. Do we have sizes for our signpost and our signs? Are we?
Yes, we will have, yes, we have a quote that includes
Oh,
sign
yeah, okay. I
sizes.
do remember that. And the signpost was in the not the signs, but the signpost.
No, we did not have individual signs, so that would be an add-on.
Okay.
Okay. So, when I asked, so anyway, the, second draft. Okay. So this is here, another idea of how to frame it. So I'm gonna just leave this on the screen for us to look at.
Is this still going back to the original people?
Yeah, it's just a different way to present it. So it's just a different ideation.
Yeah. I know this is just a different idea how to do it. See, this one actually includes the settlers, we'll call them, in the
Right.
18th.
So this I asked it to weave in the Native Americans with then the settlers, and how do we honor all of those before us,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
So I want to,
it's
so
just a
here,
different way to do that first one. Instead of just concentrating on the original people, we're actually the original settlers in the area before 1492, we'll say. And
yeah,
then this is including both of those. There's some of the original early settlers in the area.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And one of the things we talked about was highlighting just the sacrifice of people, because not only did the original Native Americans, sacrifice their land but we're not specifically saying that here. We're talking more about the sacrifice of the people whose land was taken by eminent domain.
Everybody was affected, yes. Yep.
Right. And so I want to make sure in a way we're talking about their story, sharing a little bit about it, but I want to be careful in using neutral language so that we're not trying to evoke a specific
So
feeling one way or the other.
when we do meet with the tribe,
I don't know if we'll meet with the tribe. We're trying to contact,
I
and
know,
I've heard that
contact,
it's
if we
very
have
difficult to
contact,
communicate. Yeah.
yeah, meet is probably an
It depends.
ideal thing, but
Yeah.
we can say this is one, we were thinking about two different ways to represent the original people prior to the dam, and then this is the second idea.
Well,
And
I'm actually curious about if we were talking with them, like to confirm and understand where and what location they were. Because, as far as do we have proof that they, were here, or were they in Grafton, or were they in Worcester? You know what I mean? Were they all over this area? So it was definitely a thing, or, you know what I mean? That kind of thing too.
Mhm, mhm.
Well, one other question would be, what is the time lag between them being on the land and them not being on the land and the dam getting built? Weren't there intervening, I guess, white folks mostly who were owning the land and farming it or using it in a interim between those two things?
I think it's the community transformed. I know there's very little there, but I think that's where that um
Were
comes
there
in.
actually Indians living on the land when the land was taken by
Oh
Indians?
yeah, King
Wait,
Philip Wars, they have a lot of.
no, wait. Will's asking if it was when they did the eminent domain. I don't think Native Americans were
Oh
in the
no, they
community at
probably
that
were
point.
They
already.
were
That
they were
was
probably long gone.
right,
Um,
Right.
right.
yeah.
Okay. So, the taking of the land was not from the Indians. It was from
Well,
whoever
we
had
don't know
taken the
that for
land from
sure.
the Indians. Right.
Yeah, we're not representing eminent domain from Native Americans. We're just the whole thing, everybody sacrificed something who's lived on the land, essentially. But in
Okay.
this process to make a dam, people don't always understand the sacrifices of the residents in the area. So, when we last spoke and a couple times before our brainstorms, um, we've talked about highlighting that aspect.
Mhm.
Well, one bit of history that I thought was very interesting was just that this was one of the first large reservoirs that was built. And they built it wrong to begin with. They actually had to go back and drain it and scour out all of the biological material so that the water would actually be
They
fit to
built
drink.
Framingham wrong, I think it was, because Framingham came first.
Well, that would be a good thing to confirm. I mean,
Well,
but
that's our third sign, right? Are we
Yeah,
jumping to
that's
the third sign?
yeah. No,
okay.
it's a good perspective to keep in mind when we talk about the building of the dam, about how I think by the time I think the way that Andrew Lee he had shared that information was that I thought it was the Framingham that they did wrong, and then learned from that to get what they needed done here,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
which was to remove that organic matter, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, there had been a hike where we had, listened to a guy talking about this, and I thought it was this reservoir, but if it was Framingham, that's fine.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
I think these were sort of pioneering in many respects in building reservoirs this large to
It was an
provide
engineering feat. Yes, absolutely.
well, but it was also a sort of a new invention at the time, in a sense, right? The idea that you could actually do this and create a reservoir, for a large city like Boston to get the water there.
Sorry, I was just looking at the TV to see if the Red Sox game started.
It's
Mm.
starting at 8, I think.
Yeah, it is. Which in the beginning of the game, who cares?
Is that why it was difficult to read the minutes? Because we were to get to the game.
Well, it's do or die.
Okay.
We're mixing. All right, so extended
Yeah, so
stuff.
this is a little bit more. They talk a little bit about the just extended text to possibly include.
Oh, the Cubbies won. But who
Oh,
cares?
well, good.
All right, so build it. So the building of the reservoir, there's gonna be a lot of material that needs to be dug up. The legacy and memory.
Did the
Yeah, I
Tigers
think
win? But
Excuse me?
the Tigers.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I think we're going to want to try to leverage existing materials and link to existing websites so that we're not becoming historians.
Oh
And
no, we could definitely, I won't say plagiarize, we'll give credit to the source.
oh no,
Yeah.
we're not. Yeah, but what I'm saying is we're not going to try to maintain our own historical pages on the
Oh,
trail site. We're
No,
just going to
absolutely
link a
not.
lot of resources that exist
yes.
that we are
Yeah.
that we've vetted as true so that we can minimize. We're not going to pretend it's our domain. Um, but just to be able to summarize a little bit here and there. Like we would need a summary page, for example, if we're linking different, websites and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's an idea of how we might be able to talk about the tribe, and then how we weave it into the settlers and come up with a timeline that we can use as a graphic as well as
Mm-hmm.
any other
Oh,
graphics
it's good. It's
that
good.
are relevant. Okay. Um, okay, so that's that piece of the sign. Um, we'll see. We're not going to have a lot of time to wait for responses, so we'll need to kind of in the meantime be developing drafts that we can, use as placeholders, and then we'll have to be ready to move forward if we need to go to print. And we'll do our best to vet sources and use trusted sources of information
Mhm.
and go from there. So any questions on this brainstorm for this sign?
No, I think that's a good start of thought,
Okay.
if that's really
Um,
a phrase.
okay, so we'll leave our brainstorm ending at that point, and then we're meeting again on the 7th. Are you able to join, Tom? Will you
Yes,
can't?
I can join on the 7th. That's
Okay.
Tuesday night,
Yeah,
correct?
Tuesday
Yes.
night.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep, that's no problem.
yeah.
I leave tomorrow. I mean, I leave the 8th.
Okay. Okay, good. Couple things on the Peninsula Trail. So we have a scheduled work party on Saturday.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but I got a bag on Saturday. I gotta do some work at my son's house.
Okay.
I can come on Sunday morning if there's still some work to do.
Yeah, no, I can't do Sunday. Will,
I
are you
mean,
available?
it's easy enough for I mean, I could do, if you guys don't finish, leave it there. I can do it on Sunday morning. I'll just get the keys.
What work will we be doing? Will we be doing on Sunday?
So
Moving the
the
wood inside the shed.
Well, there was two aspects which now might become a little challenging, because
Is
we
it?
have two benches left. So we could technically, I have permission from MWA and DCR to put the bench along the trail on the Peninsula Trail. So technically it's the ADA bench. So I have a cart that I mean a rack I could put on my car to
No,
potentially.
I could do it like if we could do it Friday night. I mean, I
Oh, oh,
I just can't do it Saturday morning anymore. But if you want to
okay.
get rid of,
If we just dropped something off, then maybe that might work. If
yeah.
you do it
So
Friday
give
night.
me, I mean, Friday after 5 will work for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I could take the car, and like I said, we could fit. I could definitely fit one of that bench
Yeah,
in the
we're just
back.
doing
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Just
we could do that. Yeah.
okay, that would be helpful. So then what we would be doing on Saturday would be basically, now that the shed is open, we need to relocate that wood into the shed. Um, so that we can start, I've offered to the groundskeeper at the cemetery if they wanted us to buy seed and start that process. I haven't heard back from them yet. But we want to just relocate that wood so that grass can start growing back, or
Hmm.
that it
We
can,
gotta get it out of the elements.
yeah, it's just, it needs better storage.
I agree. So
So
yeah, so
would we,
Friday
is
night
that,
available.
would we then go to wherever this bench is going to be and place that?
No, we don't need to do the bench placement because Tom just volunteered to meet me on Friday to do it, Friday night. So
Well, we can
he's
all
not
do it.
available
We're not
Saturday,
gonna-
so I
yeah.
can grab him. We need his truck, his van, his vehicle. So we can do that on Friday. So all we need to do on Saturday, Will, is move the wood into the shed.
Will the bench be fully installed on Friday night then?
The bench should be installed on Friday night, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, let me know what time Friday and
Mm.
yeah, I'll be there Saturday, but hopefully that, if we're just going to be doing the wood on Saturday, that should be pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah, that's all we need to do on
Okay.
Saturday. Yeah.
So just Catherine, on Friday night, as you know, it gets dark soon.
Yeah, I know. We have to probably
So
scoot
if
it
we
out
can
after
get
5.
as close to 5,
Yeah,
probably the better. And it won't take us long.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to put in that right
Yeah.
now, let's meet at 5. I mean, I'm fine with
Well,
that.
I need to, well, I need to like get out of work. So I need 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
Does that, you know what I mean? So I'll be at 5:50 or 5:10, something. I
You
can.
work until 5 o'clock on a Friday?
Oh, yeah. Especially, yeah, I'm an honest Abe too when it comes to that stuff, which
Oh, you're
shouldn't
good.
surprise you at all.
You're good.
Well, no, I mean, we've been busy and I had to take Monday. I was sick. So I have backlog. Um, yeah, so I can try to be there as quick as possible.
Okay. Yeah, just text me. I guess text the group. Do a group text. Say 9, 5:15 or whatever time you're gonna be there.
Okay.
It
Um,
gets dark early. That's
okay.
my only thing.
So thank you, Tom, for doing that. And Will, if you want to ride, I can pick you up on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah, I think we're gonna meet at 8:30. I'll check in with Sati.
Now,
Is
is the bench on Friday going to be fastened into the ground? Is that part of it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna about to say, Tom, is that I should bring the drill bit and the drill. Actually,
Mhm.
well, then I have to go pick the drill up. And actually, unless I just use my husband's, maybe I'll just do that. So we need to, yeah, use the anchor. And so
I
we
don't
have
think we really have to worry too much about people doing with that place because it's on the other side of the, excuse me, the fence.
on the other side of the fence.
Peninsula Trail. We're talking about putting it by past the riser area.
Oh, I thought it was gonna go before the riser.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
on there. Yeah.
Well, it's funny, we probably don't, they're probably not gonna, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, we'll see on Friday.
Yeah, and then on Saturday, what we might do, there's gonna be, there's a couple of benches, the ones we put in, we did not install the anchor, so we have an opportunity if the wood moving goes quickly and someone has an extra hand or a moment. We might need, because we have to basically drill a hole into the bottom of the foot for the screw to go into, and then do the auger, make sure you can get it into enough ground, and then screw the auger into so it's not hard, it's just a few steps that it takes. And you gotta hope that the ground is the right ground and not rooted up.
Well, and not stones.
Exactly. Yep, for sure. So okay, so thanks for that. And then yeah, so I was happy that MWA, so one thing DCR did say is they don't want to put a lot of benches near trails that can be seen from the road and whatnot, because I guess there's a problem with people sleeping on the benches. So they just made us aware of that. So we'll be mindful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then so what else do we have?
Where's the agenda? Da, 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 da.
I think I missed. I have too many.
Trail mowing. So last week or last meeting, we were talking about Ward Road.
Yeah,
That has not been mowed in months.
so it's very tall.
It's not very, it's everything's falling on top of each other, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's I was there. When was I there? in the last couple of days. Last week we'll say, and it never been mowed in 2 months probably. So I thought J&J was supposed to do a supplement mowing there.
Yeah, but I don't know when they did their mowing. So that's
If
part of the
they-
conversation I'm having.
Yeah, if you can
with-
find out, because honestly, we're talking sometime in July that they did it, and I know
Yeah,
MWRA
but
or
MWA
MSD
does it twice. So I'm gonna get what I'd like to get from J&J is, can you tell us the dates that you were there?
Yeah, exactly. And this is just my own opinion, but I know how MWRA doesn't like people walking on the other side of the canal. And without mowing that there,
Oh,
it's
there's an
people just gonna
incentive
go
to get
there.
on the other side because MW.
Yeah, it's like, do I do a nice trail or road, or I do this overgrown part?
So interesting that why would the other side be so well maintained?
It's not maintained, it's that road that they drive their cars on.
Oh,
They drive on that, so it's like almost like a dirt road. Like behind 9/11, if you go
yeah,
behind
yeah,
9/11 monument, it's a road, it's a dirt
yeah,
road.
yeah,
That's what the other side of the reservoir is. They have that road because it goes all the way to the bridge into their facility.
yeah,
It just, if you're walking down there and you had a choice, you're gonna pick on the other side.
yeah. So, right.
Not that I'm saying they should do more, but I mean, human nature is gonna say that's so
Yeah.
much nicer on the other side.
Yep. True. Um,
But it's actually pretty good. I mean, I went all the way to the bridge and it is still walkable and stuff. It's just it's long. They didn't do anything.
um, thank you.
And then the other ones are fine. Like I did the peninsula, I call it the at the end of East Main. That's nice. I mean, um where we put that other bench, that's all nice. That's all
Yeah.
done well.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're in good shape. We're gonna meet on Tuesday. I'll send out some information to look at for the other two signs, or a proposal for the other signs. So that meeting, what we'll do on Tuesday is kind of get a preliminary sign off. So if you have feedback, Will, in advance, you can just send that to me. So I'll try to get this out by Sunday afternoon, evening. So you'll have Monday to review it and Tuesday to reply to it. Since you won't be able to be here, Will, and nothing is final, right? So we're not gonna go to print next week, but we would like to share text with the vendor so that they can start playing around with what that's gonna look like. Okay.
So basically, are we going to get any additional input? This
Can
is
you
for
say-
the signs, right? This is the text for the signs.
Now, the final text is the first proposed text, yes.
Okay. When are we going to finalize the text?
When we're ready to finalize the text. This is first draft, Will,
Okay.
not final.
Yeah, I understand. I guess then what is the purpose of sending it to them?
So they understand, so we get a sense of what scope, how long, how much. Oh, we can work with this. You need to shorten this. This is what we're looking at. Let's kind of formulate it like this. Here are some pictures, da 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 da, that kind of stuff. Like we'll provide that information. They'll be able to kind of do a storyboard, a sketch out, and then we can fill in the boxes. They can graphically put it together. They can get a sense of what we're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
All of that can be done while we're waiting for our communications with the important people to verify and vet the information. Does that make sense for a timeline?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great. Yeah, we definitely trying to vet the information. I hope that was crystal clear. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Okay, someone want to make a motion at 8:22 that we move to close the meeting? Adjourn.
So moved.
I second.
Great, all in favor? Will Warren,
Yeah, aye.
Tom McCoolier,
Aye.
Kat McKee. Aye. Thank you. Have a good night.
Right. Bye.
Bye.